showed the world how to play, and now it's known as the Celtic way. We play the ball from side to side, and intermediate tries to hide, but we play the ball from front to back. Attack, 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 a 67. And he's the worst word, the first game in the thousands, to see the boys become champions of 67. And then he's the worst word, the first game in the thousands, to see the boys become champions. Thought they had it won, but we showed the world how to play, and now it's known as the Celtic way. We play the ball from side to side, and until they try to hide, but we play the ball from front to back. Attack, 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 67. And then he's a first man, the first in the thousands.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Celtic Rumours TV, episode number 199 of the Bawz and Bovril podcast. I think I've got that marked at 198, but it's definitely 199. A happy New Year, everybody. Tonight it's myself and Big Jerry. How you doing, big man?
Happy New Year, Marco. How you, mate? You okay?
No bad. All things considered.
Yeah.
I mean, a bit of a bummer of a year, and then the start to the New Year's not been the best after this shite yesterday. Do you know what I mean?
Don't worry about it, mate. It's only one game.
This is our podcast for our forum. You can find that and everything else at www.celticrumours.co.uk. The link to everything in our Discord, everything that's on the description box below. To find before some thanks to everybody that donated to our food bank appeal this year. We broke the £1,000 banner. We got to £1,075, which is fantastic. As I said, I know it's tough for a lot of everybody this time, so just if you could afford the game, you gave it, thanks very much. And if you didn't, don't bother your backside about it. That's not what we're here for. A few shout outs to some of the lads for the forum. Paul, I think Terence is working, you know. Jerry McGinn. Jed, did you see the video of Jerry's bungee jump?
Aye, mate, aye. I've seen them do it up at that Kelly Cranky.
Wouldn't it be me, man? No chance.
I wouldn't mind it, but wouldn't take the weight, I don't think, to me.
the full thing would... Mad Kev, Deef Kev done one off some crane near the Clyde or something like that. Maybe that would todge your weight a bit better.
Nah, I've seen her sister-in-law and that done it. It's not for me, mate. I hate heights. I'm a walking nightmare.
It didn't bother me when I was younger, but see as I got older, I mean, I used to fire up fixing crans and stuff like that and didn't bother my backside, but see as I got older and I was getting up the ladder and I could feel my legs starting to shake and that, do you know what I mean?
It's not really the heights, it's a fucking sudden stop when you fall.
Aye. Where was I? Shout out JFP, Mikey, Jonas, TB for the Discord, we John United Ireland, Big Jabber, Kev, Welshie and Malika. Who have we got in the chat here? Obviously Bobby would have been in first.
Henky's back, everything's alright now.
Aye. Evening Bobby, Patrick McLaughlin, nice to see you, Patrick. G-Doc, nice to see you, G-Doc, mate. Happy New Year to you, bud. Brian, same to you, mate. Grot bags. There, Henky, there. If I missed him out there. Evening, Henky. Evening, Wally. I think that's everybody that's in the news. So thanks very much for everybody that's in the news listening, or just come in listening back. Hope you enjoy just what we're doing in that. We'll just go on with it. We need to start. It was yesterday. It wasn't complacency, Jerry. It was just.
You don't think?
No, but I'm talking about like in the build up to the game, the expectation for Celtic fans. I said it. It's not a case of we just need it to turn up and win. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm never a great believer in that. You still need to get out there and you still need to fight and win games, whether it's Rangers you're playing, whether it's Ross County, whether it was Falkirk in the Cup. Do you know what I mean? Which was a tough game for us. We didn't expect. But I just think because of the form, I mean, our form had been a wee bit ropey. But we're still scoring goals. We're still beating teams, and their form has just been up and down, up and down. And I mean, I don't even think even the most ardent Rangers fan yesterday, the other day, could have predicted that was going to. But I would have confidently predicted or put any kind of money. Do you get what I mean? It was just it's just a pure, absolutely shocking display for Celtic. Absolutely across the board, and see all this part of Kasper Schmeichel and Carter Vickers and that giving pass marks. No, you win as a team, you lose as a team. That first goal. Their name wait, Kasper Schmeichel, Jerry, I could have got down for that.
I know.
That was a terrible goal to concede, especially a keeper of his calibre and what we've seen him doing so far this season. For me, that was a bread and butter save for him. And I don't know why he was.
He took that kind of wee half step to the right, but it was like David Murray for his wheelchair trying to catch it. But it was the Huns would have been turning up yesterday with a Vaseline. I think they were going to get a Podger in. But as you say, we win as a team, lose as a team. I'm not buying all these excuses that are coming out now about fucking sickness, bugs and illness and all the rest of it.
I mean, it was that going through the club, but again...
Listen, you need to turn up and do a job, man. There's fair dues, but they shat themselves. A few of them shat it. There's no excuse for some of the performances, regardless. I've no want to get carried away. I mean, they were due a win at some point. I mean, you were, as much as you love pumping them, it was getting monotonous just turning up and hammering them. So they were due a win. So there is well to get it where you're coasting the league. When the league's done, you're going to look back at this at the end of the season and think, right, fair dues, they've beat us in that, but we're sitting here with a treble, so fair, I take that every season. But as I say, you win as a team, lose as a team. Collectively, they were shite, and that includes Rodgers. Rodgers was going to bear a lot of responsibility for that team performance yesterday. For me, it wasn't the team that I would have went with. I wouldn't have started a few of them, but if he's dictated to by illness, then fair dues. But all in all, I mean, when it got to half time, I was still confident. I was like, it'll be fine. We've weathered their storm. They'll have shot their bolt. We can't play any worse. And we came out and we made sure we fucking played worse. So I just don't understand how we never changed it, because see that the passing, right? See when it comes off or it passed about the back and all that. It looks fantastic, but see at the end of the day, see if you're hemmed in. That's the problem with playing Kyle up the top. You can't if you're hemmed in like that. There's no point in fanning about with the ball at the back. You need an out ball, and then if they're shutting down McGregor's space and they're trying to go man for man or doubling up McGregor, you're looking for your wingers to go wide and your forward to make runs and try and get in behind them and hold the ball and get us up the part. But this pass the ball about at the back, and then it's unreal. And then it's Vickers to Scales to Vicker, and then they're passing the ball at the park. You think, for fuck's sake.
No,
Vickers
really
at one point.
No, it was annoying me yesterday. The amount of times that Callum McGregor was like standing like 2 feet away from Carter Vickers to take the ball off him.
Aye, exactly. But see, that at one point yesterday, Vickers never had an option, and he was forced to carry the ball forward. And you think, well, see if you've not got a pass to play, you're as well driving into that space rather than just fanning about with the ball at the back.
Mm-hmm.
Drive into the space and try and make them come out of man to you to free up a wee bit of space for somebody else. But as I say, the teams are. I think we said at the start, teams are getting wise to. They're letting scales. We had to say that last season. Teams were just letting Scales have the ball and then just go and pressing them. They know that's his kind of his strong point. So, it was poor. A wee bit of a sore one to take, but as I say, you've got to give them one now and then, mate. Unfortunately.
I mean, people are saying. I mean, that's 6 goals in the last couple of games we've conceded against them and stuff like that, and they gave us a good game in the cup finals. Some people think they should have won it, but they didn't. Do you know what I mean? Which is the main thing. But it's again, I mean, and it's something we kind of spoke about it earlier in the season with Rodgers when we said about how we maybe need to change things after the Dortmund game and stuff like that. But it's, I mean, people, right, and this isn't just a reaction because we have been poorer the last few games. It's not just a reaction to yesterday's game. What does Rodgers need today, Jerry, do you think, to get that buzz back into the team? You there? Jerry? What's happened there? I don't know. Jerry seems to have off the boat, cut off or something like that. No, like, just 2 seconds to find out what's happened here. Jerry. Oh, don't do this. Don't. I'm still here as Jerry. I don't know where he's went to. And now he's bolted it all together. This is my worst living nightmare coming true right here, lads, in case you don't actually know this. There he's back now.
Which I thought...
What are you doing, you maniac?
I was like, man, I'm talking for about 10 minutes, man. Mark's no say that. That must be sounding great. Where did I get to?
I don't know. I ask you what... No. I said to you, what do you think that Rodgers needs today to get us back to the way we know that we can play? And then you just went, AWOL.
Sorry, mate. It must have been...
Don't bother.
Right, so what I'd said for about 15 minutes, I was talking nonsense there, was I don't understand, first of all, how Hitati's playing. He's been garbage for about 6-8 weeks. I don't understand how he's starting every game and how he stayed on for as long as he did. I thought that when we lined up, I thought Bernardo was going to be the pivot rather than McGregor. Because, as I say, they showed their hand in that cup final, how they were going to play and how they were going to set up against us. There was only one way they were ever going to go. I thought that Bernardo was maybe going to be the pivot, McGregor a wee bit wider and try and free up a wee bit of space that way, throw them off. But it was poor. It was poor all round yesterday, mate. Teams are getting wise. They're letting Scales go in the ball, and then they're just going to hit them. Because if they shut down McGregor, our centre halves have the outball, and then McGregor's ended up on top of Vickers with 2 men with him, and Vickers has no option to pass to him, and then you get Scales firing the ball right out the park. It was a bit. Rodgers had a wee bit to answer for as well, mate. There's a lot of responsibility the way he sets his team up. For that yesterday, as I said, they were only going to play one way, and we should have been wise to that. Even at half time, he should have done something to alter it. And folk are growing about how Maida's one of the best counter pressers out there. But you've got a left mid playing against a right back at Fleming, or a left back at right back. They still never managed to get by him once.
I know.
That Red Van could have been playing with a cigar and the slippers on. Same as that Proper. I'd fancy my chances in a race against him. Never even get by him once, tested him at all. The battle
that was the thing, Jerry. It was the second choice backup keeper, a makeshift defence, and we didn't test them at all,
No.
whatsoever at all in that full game.
It's because we're making it
2
difficult.
seconds in now, Jerry. Evening, Cameron. Flip-flop, nice to see you. Davy Gallagher, thanks for coming in, mate. San Fran Celtic, nice to see you again, buddy. Happy New Year to you. These are just coming in. I've not said it to you yet. I know what was worrying me yesterday, Jerry, as well. See, when they were talking about Engels was a bit iffy at all in the morning. It was a case of it would have been Bernardo that was going to be dropped for him by the looks. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Hatate's just. I mean,
he seems untouchable, doesn't he?
Oh.
But we created our own problems.
Aye.
We created our own problems. We were wanting to dilly-dally with the ball at the back and inviting the pressure on. And they were just, they were going for man, having that boy Barami follow McGregor out of the park and nullifying him. And we were just wanting to pass the ball about the back, the ball at the back, and no try and get it up front. We'd no outball. Absolute no outball. And it's not as if we could...
I think as well that Clement's told them, look, see when they've got the ball, don't go to the player that's got the ball. Go to where you think the ball's going to go. Yep. How many times did we stupid passes did they intercept them?
Aye, they were.
Aye, do you know what I mean? It's silly wee stupid mistakes like that. They seem to be like one step, like mentally awareness. They seem to be one wee half step just in front of us every time during that game, and that's something they've done as well over the last. And I keep saying it. It even gets back to under Gerrard, even under when Beale beat us and stuff. They out-muscle us in midfield. Our midfield is just so soft. It's unbelievable.
Yep. But then you're looking at Bernardo's a big lump. McGregor, Engels. I was dying for McCown to start and come on, because he can get about and he's no frightened to tackle. But as I say, it's always difficult coming into a game like that and try to get up to speed and make an impression. But as I say, for me, if everybody was fit, that was the wrong team. The wrong team. I'd have had Baye on. I wouldn't have had Hatate starting, and I'd have started with Kuhn. Ida up top. But as I say, we've got two quick wingers, and we never even get the ball over there, left and right back for Maida and Kuhn to go on to even try and get a ball across the box for. There was one, I think, ball came across the box, and I think Kyogo had Coco the Clown's shoes on. I don't know what he was playing at, but I say it's one game. There has been a massive overreaction, but I think it's the manner in which we were beat more than anything else.
Aye, for me. That's unforgivable for me. That show, no fight, no urgency. Do you know that the kind of just? And but again, we're saying it right. Rodgers has got to take a look at that as well, but. It's again, Jerry. See, wants to cross that line. The manager can tell players, right, go and you stone a yard further up the park than who did that. But a manager can't make a player run his arse off. Do you know what I mean? You can't tell, right? See if you're playing it right. I wasn't a great football player, right, by any stretch of imaginations, right? But nobody could ever say that I didn't give everything I've got. Do you know what I mean? I was that. Do you know what I mean? Just blood, sweat, and tears and. No, I would need great shakes, but I would get everything I've got, and I didn't mean stick my head in or fit in where it hurt it and stuff like that. You can't tell me that Celtic players came off that park yesterday happy, knowing and saying to themselves, "Oh, we gave everything we had out there, and just today it wasn't good enough."
Mm-hmm. Oh, I totally agree. They'll know in their hearts of hearts that they were shite, and it wasn't acceptable. But as I say, we go again on Sunday, and just need to go on another run and pick this as a bad day at the office. It was a one-off, and go again. I say that they were. I'm quite
glad we've not got a shutdown. But that would have been the start of the shutdown, wouldn't it? After I'm glad we've not got one of them. I said that to Jack last night. At least we've only got like Sunday, and it's back in the saddle kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
100%, definitely. But. Aye, it's as I say, it's a hard one. I was trying not to go over just too downhearted about it. I mean, it doesn't matter whether, as you know, I don't watch them, but I watched yesterday thinking, well, no matter what, we're either 11, 14 or 17 points in front regardless. The league's done. They can have their 5 minutes of gloating, but the league's done. So, in the grand scheme of things, when we look back at the end of the season, there'll be a bit of a slap in the face, but it's still...
G-Dog sitting saying it's a pod start. I thought he was being funny. He's been just sitting there listening to nothing for the last 20 minutes.
How's it? Got it in mute?
No, it's just refreshed the page and I've missed 19 minutes here.
Sorry,
don't worry,
mate,
5 minutes here, Big Jerry disappeared. I know, G-Dog, so don't worry about it.
I don't know what happened.
That was probably the most intelligent stuff he said to him. We didn't get it.
I thought to myself, I'm sounding great here, man. What's going on? But as I said, it's... but it shows up. I mean, Scales was getting borrowed for every day yesterday, Scales and Hitata, but they weren't the only ones. But and another thing, it's Scales has done well for himself, but Trusty, I mean, what's the script with him? Was he dropped? Was he ill? What?
Well, it seems to be that he's one of the ones who's been kind of hot, the worst with his bug or whatever it is it's been going about. So you maybe that's a kind of, do you know what I mean? You can maybe understand that, because even I said Trusty was bought for his pace to bring a kind of different dimension to the team, wasn't it? That was one of the things that got mentioned about Trusty's pace and what he could bring to the team different. So I was surprised that when I was talking to Terra before the game, he'd said, Scales will, and he said, Scales will score. And that, I said, I think he'd maybe go with Trusty or Scales.
Yep.
But I mean, as soon as Trusty's fit, it's got to be even down to the fact of just even taking Scales out the fire line a bit and letting him build up his confidence a bit, because I mean, that what he did I back Scales, but I was stinking yesterday, really, really stinking.
Yep. And then again, the Taylor situation. I can't believe they're letting he's still starting as our first choice left back when he's free to talk to other clubs. I think it's unreal. It wouldn't be me. I know for a fact. Well, I don't know for a fact. I can imagine as much as he gives 100%. I think he's a top professional at training and all that regards. All of this shit will be in the background about if he gets injured, it's going to scupper him getting a move and all the rest of it. And then, God forbid, it looks as if we've got sick note back for playing at left back.
Oh, yeah, they're there. Even in terms,
Henke called it right back in August.
I'm not happy about that at all. They're just really.
He's 27, 28, man. He should be getting the biggest contract he's like. I mean, if he'd stayed injury free, he wouldn't be coming near here.
No,
he would not be coming near here. But it's due to him not being able to play about 3 games in a row without getting injured that we're getting him back. So
it's just
we'll wait to see.
It just goes against everything that we kind of came to expect for the club when it comes to signings.
Exactly.
I mean, there's all this the data-driven stuff and all the scouting. Do you know what I mean? Paul Tisdale, Dr. Football, and all they can come up. Well, I mean, even the Jota thing. I mean, I don't think Jota can come back to the UK. That. I don't think he's allowed back in the UK until the summer. And that'll be somebody to be so many years in. Somebody to be needs to be out the country for so many years before he can be held responsible for the tax stuff. So. If that's true, I've been here, there's nothing happening with Jota coming to Celtic. No in January.
No.
What the fuck's our scouting department doing?
Exactly.
We're going down the road of getting Kieran Tierney back. We're talking of getting Jota back and stuff like that. That's not what we've been doing the last few years. Go and sign the next Jota. Go and sign the next Kieran Tierney. Go and sign a left back. The guys that fun is Alistair Johnson. Go and find a left back of that calibre.
Yep.
Matt O'Reilly. Even Engels. Do you know what I mean? Players like that, good quality players that are young and going to make a name for themselves and make his money in years to come. We don't need these oh, they played for us before and all this part.
Well, you'd said that before. If Tierney was anybody else that hadn't played for us coming through there, you wouldn't be exactly over the moon with the injury record and all the rest of it.
No.
So I'm not really getting excited about it. It was a wonderful player, but fitness there's no point of a wonderful player there if he can't play 2 and 3 games a week. So we'll just need to wait and see what happens with that. It looks as if it's a stick on he's coming back.
You just said there about Jerry. When KT left Celtic, I mean, Arsenal's a big club, but even at that, they were still seen as a stepping stone for KT.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? He would end up at Real Madrid or Bayern Munich or Man City or something like that. Even Arsenal's a stepping stone to him. And look where he is now.
Exactly.
Back to Celtic and a free transfer.
Exactly.
And that just tells you where he's actually. I mean, I'm not meaning this in a bad way, but that just. I mean, there's no sentimentality in football. There shouldn't be anyway.
No.
But I wanted KT to go to the very top of the game, and I'd have loved to see him run about playing for Real Madrid and that, but it's not happening. But I still don't mean I want to see him run about playing for Celtic again.
Aye. See you later, Plunge.
Right, good night, Plunge.
I'm the same, mate. I'm the same. And at the end of the day, he wanted to do it. See the microphone push and all that. He wanted to do it. He jumped before the 10, so no for me, mate. Not for me.
This stinks a kind of Peter Lowell type of deal. Didn't it? This is the kind of thing you'd expect it would be
clear.
Aye.
For fuck all. Aye. Yep. Definitely.
Do you know that kind of thing? It's the type of signing name across the road would make with her. Who was it? Aaron Ramsey, do you know what I mean? Bringing in, it's a big name, we'll bring them in, it's a big name, we'll just try and do it to get them in the door. And that attracts headlines and stuff like that. But when you break it down, as you said there, if you hadn't played for Celtic before, there's not a Celtic supporter out there would say that that's a good move for Celtic to go and sign a player that's been so injury prone and missed so many games over the last few seasons.
Regardless of signing them, we still need a left back then.
Aye.
So we're still back to square one. Hey, listen, I'd be absolutely over the moon if this works out for him. Over the moon if it works out for him. But I don't even know is there any young boys coming through that are left back?
I don't think so.
No, so it's not as if you've got him coming in to play and this young boy's going to be coming in to learn off him and all the rest of it. It's kind of similar with the Izagiri situation with him, with Tierney, when he first came through. But, it's shite recruitment. But, again, if it's Rodgers who's wanting him, then fair play.
Their guys are saying he's been well rested on the plus side.
No half. Well, you're out of Spain and everything on a holiday. What about if you get 10 million after that, is it no Atlanta in it instead of Atalanta? If you get the 10 million off the American team, Ronnie's team, for Kyogo, you taking it?
Aye, 100%.
Aye, I would as well. 100%. As long as it gets reinvested and you're going for a winger and a striker. Definitely.
I was questioning as well about we were linked with midfielder, like young boy for Chelsea and that. We've gone to say his name. I was talking about it with Mikey the other day, and we don't really need anybody in midfield, but see after yesterday's performance, it's back to the same old story. I think we do need another midfielder.
You bite your arm off for somebody like Wanyama. Wanyama type player.
I'd see if I could sell Hatate in this window. I'd sell him, even on the strength, even on the strength. That's it, Bobby. That Chuck with me, Memker, whatever it is. Aye, but you can see now why maybe we are looking at another midfielder when just going with the options that we had yesterday. It's just same for same's kind of thing.
Yep.
But I'd be happy to sell it. See if we can get Lennon Miller lined up for the summer. I'd sell Hatate on the strength of that the new, and then even look into like somebody again for just say that boy for Chelsea, if we could get him in even now. It's just at that Dewsbury Hall, I don't think much. I don't see would he be a bit.
No, there's no chance of that. I
think he'd be a bit out of the league unless it was just maybe for a wee daft 6 months loan or something like that.
Aye. Plus, for him to sign in January, they can't play the Champions League regardless, can they?
No.
Aye. We need to qualify for the next round, I think.
I mean, that's the thing as well. If KT comes in January and Taylor leaves, we can only play Bayern in the Champions League.
Yep. Aye. I think he's a potential to be a right good player. That Bayern will be a cracking player.
Aye. I did honestly, see if, right, why no ask the question of Barcelona? Said this on the I don't know if it was on the podcast or maybe just talking to you, Jerry, off here, but players have came to Celtic and fell in love with the club.
Yep.
So how do you know that even though Bali was I'm just going for a season, Barcelona extended his deal pattern and all this, but how do you know that he's not come in here and fell in love with the club?
Yep.
Or like winning games, but playing in the Champions League, seeing what the stadium's like when it's bouncing, beating Rangers, winning a trophy there just the other week and stuff like that. At least ask the question and say, would you be interested, before we even approach Barcelona to see what kind of money they're looking for, would you be interested in joining us after this season?
Yep.
Because we might get a surprise. We might say, aye.
Yep.
Maybe he's not going to say, aye, right, I'll sign on, I'll be here for 10 years. And, do you know what I mean? But just, I'll sign a 5-year contract, play for a few years and that, whatever, and move on.
I agree with what Kaiser's saying about Bernardo and Engels at the base of the midfield. I think he's had it. I could agree with that, Mayor. I'd go for that. But there, Henke had said somebody else in the Discord the other week or two ago, whoever that is, Puado for Espanyol. So it was right about 6 months ago about Tierney telling us to get our mortgage on it. So if he's saying this boy's coming in, I'm going to believe him. Whoever he is. Somebody asked who he was, and he said apart for his name, I don't know. So, but if we could go with that, we definitely need another left mid. And a striker.
Paul had told us at San Francisco about Barcelona signing the Polish left back.
Aye.
I don't know if that's in January or the summer, because I mean, did they not just lose a player?
No, they're struggling to sign. They're not struggling to register folk.
Did they not just lose? They just lost a player for 48 million euros or something like that, and he walks out on them for nothing because they can't register him or some crazy stuff.
No idea, man, but I know that.
We'll win for him next. He's pure injury prone and not in that. I know him and KT can keep each other company.
Who's that?
Him that boy we're talking about for Barcelona.
48 million.
Aye. But his injury record's horrendous, man, for the last few years.
Bit like myself.
Aye.
Bit like myself. But there was nobody, you see yesterday, Mark, nobody get passports. I say Vickers had a couple of telling interventions, a couple of last-ditch challenges. But as I say, apart from that, we were rank all over the park. Even the subs came on, nothing changed. And then at one point, you've got a striker away in it fucking next to a right back, 2 yards away from a right back when we're 2-0 down. It's brutal.
Aye.
Shite performance, just one of these off days. And you just hope the next time we play them, whether it's the Cup or in March, that we've got our act together. We know they're not going to change the way they play. Not change. They can't play any other way. But as I say, we need to stop making it easy for them by inviting all the pressure on top of our goalkeeper.
Louis Barry. But his name no Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
Kevin Barry.
I chucked it at the end of the game.
I thought as soon as the third goal went in, I turned it off.
I seen him coming out. I knew that clown was going to score. That Danilo said it straight away. He's going to score. Went through to make a cup of tea and then bang, I heard them. I thought, oh well, I'm not going back through there. But what happened with the Hondos firing stuff onto the park?
Aye. Engels got hit with a coin and stuff like that.
Christ, I never realised that anything get hit. So are they meant to be coming? The fans might be returning for the March game.
I don't know what's happening with that.
Surely you can say no, it's not
Because
happening now.
we put the nets and all that kind of stuff up, mind.
Aye.
And then they bother their backside with it, and that put it all back up in the air again, so.
Aye.
I mean, that definitely played a big part.
What, no fans?
Aye.
I don't know, man. We've beat them when they've been no fans before.
But I don't know, man. Just see because they went to 1-0 up. But just, I mean, again, don't get their songbook. That's disgusting. Do you know what I mean? They're sitting there asking for respect, or 2 minutes respect and stuff before the game, and then for the very first minute, it's, do you know what I mean? Just the usual what you expect songbook for them and that. But that again, the atmosphere was toxic. And again,
fucking with a player you'd have loved to have played in that, man. I think you've a right body in the middle of that. Must have been brilliant.
But that's what I mean. But it's like, why was that no use to? Why are players no using that to fire themselves up? Can you imagine, like, say, Paul McStay and Peter Grant and that playing in that kind of toxic atmosphere?
Well, they did, didn't they? I mean,
No.
Collins. Who was that? Remember, we had no fans before in the 90s.
Aye, that was how long did that last? Do you know what I mean?
It was one game, wasn't it?
Aye.
One game.
But I'm talking about like how to thrive on, how certain players would thrive on that pressure and that atmosphere and be there to show their best. You know what I mean? McGregor again yesterday, an absolute shrinking violet. And that's another thing. I mean, that question's got to be asked as well. Cal McGregor, I mean, that's him, what, now 32 now?
No, he's not as old as that, is he?
Aye, Cal McGregor.
Aye. Is he? I thought he was only 30. I think he's 32.
31, 32 in the summer. He turns 32 in June.
Right, okay.
I mean, he's no... I mean, look at the performance for the midfield the other week. We took Cal McGregor in it compared to that performance yesterday.
Aye. A few people have said that. But listen, there's games last season against them, big games that we needed him, and he was the difference. Even though when he'd been playing shite and his form was pish, he was the difference.
Aye.
But I've heard that. I mean, I've spoke to pals and all that. I've said, look, we play better with McGregor in the middle of that park.
I mean, I've said it for years, especially in Europe. Do you know what I mean? That CDM role just stinks up the team when he plays that CDM role in Europe. And again, Rodgers tweaked it, and it was the midfielders were all a wee bit closer to him, so there was extra protection in that playing in Europe, and that helped. Yep. But I mean, the Huns have got it sussed. Just man mark McGregor, and that's it. The midfield's done, especially if you get Hattati there, because McGregor's no doing anything, Hattati's no doing anything, and Bernardo's just running about like a heedless chicken trying to do the same job with everybody.
Mm-hmm. So see if we had started, for talk's sake, Bernardo, McCown and Engels. Bernardo's your anchor.
Aye.
Engels. Bernardo's your anchor. Do you think that would have made a world of difference yesterday? If you started with A3 fit, and tried to play out the same way we did, or they?
I don't see why no.
Aye. I just feel that this tippy-tappy, instead of trying to get the ball forward and get our wingers to use the space and try and get in behind their fullbacks, is the only way that we're going to break that. See, last season where there was I can't remember who was it we were playing. Was it Hearts or Kilmarnock or somebody? We missed out the midfield that totally the team fucking they were lost. They didn't know what to do. We can't even do that when we've got Kyogo up front.
No. And again, I'm not giving Kyogo any blame because he's the type of player.
Service at all.
He needs to get the service. You know what I mean? Whereas Big E, he comes back looking for the ball. He can hold the ball up.
Yep.
For me, that was a mistake right away yesterday for Rodgers. No starting either.
Aye, definitely agree.
That's the type of game. That's the type of games that Ida should be starting in.
Yeah.
But I were hoping to get in and play well and win the game, but we know that there's at least going to be a fight. Do you know what I mean? There's at least going to be a battle, a physical battle, just because of what game it is, kind of thing.
Aye,
and
definitely.
We can own about their makeshift defence and how garbage that proper's been. Do you know what I mean? Even in media saying how shite he is, to be honest. And yet we didn't have a big guy up there just ruffling up this makeshift defence and getting in about this goalkeeper that's only played his second game for the season and stuff like that. It's just the team selection and the tactics was just all wrong yesterday for Rodgers.
Yep. Aye, but it doesn't matter who they've got defence. See if we can't get the ball past the midfield. That's where the problem lies. We couldn't get the fucking ball past the midfield and up to their third, the last third. But as I said, Lovett said that all Rodgers knew who they would play against us, yet did nothing to change it. It's just the same. Henke, don't start your shite, mate. It's just the same stuff over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Hope to try and play out, pass the ball through them. It's not going to happen. But the only saving grace is both the madman a wee bit more time. I mean, he's got to the summer now after the back of that result. You know, think.
Okay. Aye, probably. I think he was probably getting it anyway. But just because I don't think he can afford to sack a guy.
No, that's true. That's true. But who cares? He's still a raving madman.
I mean, what's the difference in the league now? 11 points.
And about 20 odd goals, aye.
We'll win the league with we'll still win the league with more than 11 points.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, it was gutting yesterday, and as I said, it was just more the performance that was pissing me off. You can take getting beat, but as I said earlier, man, you get there and you leave everything you've got in that park.
Yep.
I mean, did even get their shorts dirty yesterday? Do you know what I mean? Just.
I think a few of them shot it.
Aye, well, aye.
There's P. McLaughlin. Get a question. Do you guys think it's acceptable that Ida, Engels, Bernardo and Trusty haven't been able to nail down a certain starting slot in the team in 5 months that they've been here? 100%. The thing with Engels a young boy. He came in and done well, and it's a new environment and all that. It's going to take a bit of getting used to and settling in, so you were expecting his form to dip. Ida, Bernardo have been here and we're over the course. So I'd have been hoping for a wee bit more from them. Bernardo's maybe not been given as much a run as Ida. There's been times I thought Bernardo should have started. He's no, but I don't really know much about it. But Big Trusty, I don't know, man. I'm still not convinced with him.
I just don't think any of them been given a fair crack of the whip. I mean, Big Ida came in here, right? He get whatever reason, he get messed about all summer. Do you know what I mean? He had a shitty pre-season, a couple of minutes here with Norwich, the transfer get dragged out. The Bernardo transfer get dragged out. The two of them should have been brought in months before they were. And gave time to even. I mean, they don't even need time. They shouldn't even need it that much time to gel into the team. They didn't have been here previously. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. Yep.
And I don't. It's even down to. Do you want to call it favouritism with Rodgers? I mean, everybody. There's no a Celtic fan that can sit there and say that Hattati, right? Fair dues. There was the illness thing with Engels yesterday, but. there's no Celtic fan listening in, surely, lads. There isn't any news that would have thought, right, if Engels was fit yesterday, it would have been Bernardo that dropped out the team. Do you get what I mean? It was. I thought he was starting that game yesterday, no matter who was fit. And that's for me. That's just.
We've been saying it in the Discord and then in the group chat. Aye, we've been saying it. There's no chance that. I didn't think he would start. I mean, I didn't. Well, I didn't think he would start. I sure as fuck never wanted him to start. The Bishop, he was adamant and all that he wasn't starting. Engels, the 2 games before that, had done a lot better. So I thought he'd maybe be due to start. And as I said, I've been wanting Bernardo to get a run in the team. I think he's a cracking footballer. But that big lumpy boy, he gets about. A couple of times yesterday, right enough, he looked like a big wimp. He get brushed off a wee bit too easy for my liking. But I say, I'm just putting it down that I'll buy into this shite that they had an illness. I'll go for it and say aye. But you give credit when it's due. They were outfought and outplayed yesterday by the dark side. So we'll just need to take it to the chin.
But again, just as going back to what we're talking about, Jerry, I just don't think that any of the kind of signings will be given a fair crack of the whip for they come in.
I know.
And
no,
even down to the fact, is it back down to because it was so late in the window that they came in? They're still just.
That's their own stupid faults. I mean, to be honest, how much did we save by fucking dragging it out to wait to the end of near enough the end of the window to get Bernardo and Ida in, knowing that's who we wanted and who Rodgers wanted?
I think it probably cost us money dragging the Ida deal out.
Exactly.
Norwich dug their heels in a wee bit further.
Exactly. So back to the same old, dragging it out and hope we can save a few quid here and a few quid there.
And now we're getting KT back in a free transfer.
Exactly. No.
Why not just bring Mark Lowell back?
We'll never know. What's Eduardo and Dembele up to?
Well, I think Eduardo's at Leicester, but I think he's in his way. Edward's at Leicester, but I think he's in his way back to Crystal Palace. I don't think it's working out. But Dembele's out of Saudi Arabia getting stupid money.
Aye, well, he might be out of price range now. No much hope there. Have you heard anything about MD coming in? No?
No, really, Jerry, no. It just seems to be talk just about this KT stuff and that.
I wonder for that wee boy for the forum where he's went, or that, no, maybe no wee boy, but Richie. Was it Richie? Rich?
Well, wee Rich T.
I used to ask you all the time, every day, about transfers. I think that was Henke in disguise. Do you know that? So aye, it's onwards and upwards. But listen, the games are going to be coming thick and fast rather than having this break. So we've got what, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, is it?
Aye, I think so. Aye.
So good. And then we'll be back Champions League as well. So there's a lot of football still to be played.
I said fucking just after that disaster yesterday, just get back in the horse on Sunday, man. Do you know what I mean?
That's that. Exactly. St John's and then Dundee United, they're starting to play well and they decent. I was hoping we could maybe have done them a favour yesterday and try to catch the odds. Aberdeen, man, their bubbles burst, they've shot the bed. So that's done. And the Diet Huns, they won yesterday as well. So that wasn't a great weekend for us, my man.
No, definitely wasn't.
No. So
right, but right, get your story told about Brendan Rodgers before Christmas.
Well, that thrash piece, nah, I think I'm not wanting to criticise the poor guy now, do we?
After yesterday, we'll keep that one for another night.
We'll keep that one. We'll keep that one for another night.
We'll get fucked. We'll keep that one for we get fucked out the cup with him.
Or when he chucks it, we can say Henke was right out now. But no, I will save that one.
Watch my motor.
Watch my motor. Exactly. Only you get the Bishop back on. What about Top Rig? Is he coming on?
I don't know where he's been. I don't know if he's even back on the Discord or not.
Aye. No, I know he had the Wayne to look after. But aye, it's all quiet in the rumours front, as Henke's saying. And I hope we don't go for, remember the boy for Bromby, the centre forward?
Aye, that just Garvin or whatever it is.
I couldn't pronounce it, mate. No, it's no for me.
Just didn't. As soon as the thing came out and you looked at, he was on a wee run for him at the time, Jerry, but he wasn't. I mean, especially the money they were talking about. They were talking about like 11 million euros in that, weren't they?
Aye, 100%. 100%. But no, it's no, that one's no for me. As I say, it's went quiet. I thought we'd have at least a left mid. Hopefully,
but even getting back to you saying about Kyogo going to Ronnie's team out in America, that, to be honest, I can't see much happening. I don't see any kind of big players leaving in January. I can, as I say, maybe could see Hatate leaving because I think it's just came that kind of point that he's either going to be away this window or next window. Just I don't know.
The two of them.
I think Kyogo will be away in the summer, but I don't think. I mean, all this talk about Bayer Leverkusen wanting Carter Vickers, they can want him. There's no way Celtic selling Carter Vickers in January.
No, 100%.
You know what I mean? There's no way there's any big main players going to be leaving in January.
No.
It'll be wee trims of the squad, you know what I mean? Like future captain Welsh will be away for a wee loan to just finish round off his immortality to take off the armband.
He needs the games, Marco. But I've seen that there's talk extending Cunha's contract.
I'd be delighted with that.
Aye, 100%, definitely.
You get Brendan Rodgers' contract sorted, I know.
I still get a year to go for the end of this season.
I believe 18 months, but
aye. So, okay, I thought we'd have
got that as a Christmas present, to be honest.
That's what I thought we would get announced in the days leading up to playing them yesterday. I thought that's what they'd announced, a new 3-year deal for him. But I still think he'll be here longer than the year that it's got to go.
Oh, aye. Just, I mean, there's no way that Dermot Desmond won't have spoke to him about stuff like that. How far down the line it is, we don't know. You hear rumours all the time. You heard rumours that they were fit when they were meeting her in Dublin talking about transfer targets. Transfer targets that they were finalising the new contract and all this pattern and stuff like that. But as long as Celtic are backing Rodgers, I mean, we've spoken about it before. In manager terms, he's still a young man.
Yep. Only 51, 52.
Aye. So I don't see why there should be any, as long as he's getting backed, making progress, especially in the Champions League and stuff like that, which helped rebuild his reputation and stuff like that as well. I don't see why you'd be looking elsewhere the next couple of years.
No, definitely not.
But I mean, where's he go? Is he going to get do you get what I mean? A big top level job. Like if Pep leaves Man City, is he going to be looking at Rodgers? Nah.
No, I don't think he'll get another job down south.
Aye.
I don't think he'll get another job down.
But even abroad in that, I mean, it's like he's always fancied managing in Spain. He's not getting a crack at the Real Madrid or Barcelona job. So I think it would need to be like the right job for him to even consider leaving Celtic, especially definitely not in the next couple of seasons, but maybe in 2 or 3 years' time. I still think it would need to be the right project for him.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? I think Leicester was a bit it wasn't ideal for him, but it got him to Celtic. I think he was that desperate to kind of go.
Yep.
But I can't see him like leaving Celtic, walking out in Celtic like mid-season or leaving his mid-season again or stuff like that for like another mid-level like Premier League team or anything like that. I just can't see that again. Because it's all, I mean, we know it ourselves. You get 18 months to a year and you're out the door.
Yep, 100%. That's it.
Unless you're a success down in England, you're not going to get any kind of longevity. Your kind of job.
Yep. I know. That's it. I seen somebody putting up that drone video of the Barrowland. What's happening there? See now they renovate that. Who's going to be using that? Is that the first team or is that the kids and the women's or what?
I think that's the kids and basically going to be the kids and the women, isn't it? No.
I see. That's what I kind of thought. But you always, since that Lennoxton's opened, always heard that they wanted to go back to Barrafield and get that and use there and fire the kids up to Lennoxtown out the road. But I don't know if it's true. I still think it's criminal that they've not got a full size indoor park up at Lennoxtown, especially in days like this. There's not much training getting done out there in the pitch.
Aye. Does anybody in the chat know about that for definite? Aye. Bobby's saying the first team will use the indoor pitch too. Who was the manager we promised a big fancy? Was that Ronnie?
Aye, but they were going to do that.
A big aerodrome, was that an aerodrome thing?
But apparently, I think Celtic, we used to train up there, but they had said that they get folk out, and they said there was no chance because it was on a flight path, and with the wind and all the rest of it and its location, I think the dome would have ended up in Fleming, Glencoe or something away where they camps the hills.
Right.
So, and because it was on the flight path, it was a non-starter. Whether that's true or just I'm getting wound up, but that's what we were told when we were up there training.
What's still a building site? At Barrafield?
Barrafield.
No, they put up a video of that showing the other day and it looking no bad, is it no?
Aye, it's still getting under construction.
Aye, but it's not. Aye, still about a building. Aye, they're still working on it, but it's not. I think it's well beyond kind of just still been fucking.
I know there's still a lot of work to be done. I don't think it's got to be ready in the summer anyway. Is it? Bobby said next month. I thought it was the summer.
I thought it was due to be completed in the next couple of months anyway. But again, we'll need to wait and see what it's like when it's finished and what it does actually get used for.
Aye.
I mean,
again,
that's the type of thing that Celtic should be investing in. When we've got the kind of the money that we've got, the new, see, like investing in the training facilities and stuff like that. I mean, I know Lennoxtown was kind of. It was a bit state of that when it was first built and stuff like that, but what's that now? 20 a year at least into it, that's open.
That was when Mike Manners was the captain when it opened, wasn't it? So, about 20 a year.
I know they get that new fancy gym thing and all that. The video was on, but
that was that was the indoor pitch. They had, it was like a glorified 60s pitch they had indoors, and they've just turned it into a gym. But as I say, it pains me to say it, I've been in both, but the Huns was far better than Celtic's, unfortunately.
I mean, that's a thing as well. You think, see, when you're trying to sign players, that's the type of thing that players look at as well.
Of course, 100%.
You know what I mean? I know for a fact that players went and looked. I mean, I've stayed for years about how bad things go behind the scenes at Man United and that, Jerry, talking to, do you know what I mean?
Aye.
And players went and Man United's training facilities were really, really, really poor. Do you know what I mean? Even look at the state of their stadium and stuff like that now. And that, I mean, we're not starting to get on the stadium stuff tonight. For God's sake, I couldn't have another night of this building an 80,000-seater stadium. But it's something that if you've got the money, you've got to improve these things just so you can. The players know they can come in and they're getting the best of facilities and whatever gym shit they want today's there. And
I think that was the one thing that attracted Rodgers to the Leicester job. I mean, their training facilities second to none. And then Tottenham's, Ange's mentioned about Tottenham's as well. But the training facility is a massive thing. But you imagine a player coming over here and say for talking January, if I look at Celtics and they've got the snow all around about that training ground and they've no indoor pitch.
And you're still out training in the fucking freezing cold in that, aye.
That's it. So That doesn't. It's no the greatest.
It
I know
was a
that.
bit of a weird decision to build that away out there, wasn't it?
Aye, no, I don't no idea. I know the location. It looks well. It looks good, but
State aid.
I don't
Buttons
know
off.
why.
State aid. Just that was it. Unseen fiend in hand. I think we paid 10 bob for it.
Aye, there was a big kick up about it, wasn't it? About
I
the
always
money
said
and all
for
that.
years, it was like the bit you used to commute to Marnock train station. You walked up through a bit of waste ground. It's where they've built the Emirates Arena and stuff like that, probably now. And see, and there was all the manky flats across the road for Celtic Park and that. Mind it, Jerry?
Aye, yep.
Because we used to sit at a bit, and it was like you could. It was a big hole. It was like it must have been the bridge, the underground bridge. But we sat there, and there was a big hole, and you could, if you were daft enough, you could go down again to the old underground. And it was just across for Celtic Park, or a wee bit in the broken wall, and you just sat there, drink your carry out before you slowed it across the road for the game. I used to say, Celtic could probably buy this for buttons. And that's just where they should build, like their training academy. Aye. And it's a case of, you're driving, whether you're a Celtic player, youth player, whatever, you're driving up or down London Road, and you turn right or left to get into the academy and the training centre, and then see when you're good enough, you turn the other way to get into the stadium. Do you get what I mean? Just across the road and always being there kind of thing.
Yep. Aye, I've no idea why it came away out here, mate, to be honest. There's nothing to see out here. Shite. Camps of hills and sheep. Brilliant.
And you're on the Mancini.
Aye, that big pair of wellies hunting the sheep. Can't beat it. But aye, it's well, wait, I know there was meant to be a stage 2 or a phase 2 with the Celtic training ground, but I'd have thought they'd have done something with that now. But I don't know if their hands are tied with money and all the rest of it with the Barrowfield's done. Can you ever see them selling that Celtic one? No, the training ground up in Lennoxtown.
I thought, well, aye and no, if you get what I mean. If they sell it, and if they come out the more and say, look, we're selling this back to, especially if we made money on it. Do you know what I mean? Considering we kind of stole it for the Glasgow Council in the days, if we can make a few million quid off of that would be even better.
Yep.
But I mean, again, it depends what they're going to do. They're going to move the full shebang down to Barrowfield. I mean, it's a case of, it's like, where's Brendan Rodgers' office? Do you get what I mean?
Yep.
Where's Tisdale's office? Where are the scouts all meeting up to their meetings and talk through all the data and stuff like that? Oh, for me, all that should all be under like the one kind of roof. Do you know what I mean? Brendan Rodgers shouldn't be bouncing between Celtic Park, Barrowfield, and then up to Lennoxtown. Do you get what I mean? Everything should be all under one roof.
Yep. I'm pretty sure the data mob and all that are up at the training ground. But it's still no massive, but I'm pretty sure the other Tisdale, God only knows about him. I'm not convinced. However, if that's the man that Rodgers wants in and trusts him, then fair dues. But
the doctor
the proof
of
will be in the
football.
pudding. Exactly.
Doctor of football. All he's done is come in and write two repeat prescriptions for KT and Yota.
Aye, well, we'll wait and see in the summer who we're linked with and what happens then. Then we can judge them, take it for there.
Even John Fitzsimmons, I've already said that tonight, mate. Definitely, it's time not just for Ida. It's time for guys like Bernardo and that to get an actual run in the team, starting games.
As I say, it's always harder to come on and try and get into a game than it is to start and get up to speed. But Jacob,
Big Ida's for me. I keep saying it right, and Big Ida's a better natural striker than Kyogo. Do you know what I mean? It's like the actual kind of instinct. It was like, see the one, what game was it the other week? And Ida flicked it through to Kyogo. And Kyogo, see, if that had been the opposite way about, before the ball even gets to Ida knows where he's putting that in the net. There's no quite, do you get what I mean? That kind of instinct.
Yep.
And I definitely think he deserved to get a run in the team, just even for the fact that Kyogo has been out, well, like 2 the other week, but I was surprised. I thought he was going to miss the header off the line. You know what I mean? It was the open goal. We only did the header at 2 inches. I was surprised to actually get that in.
Yep.
But they just give these guys a turn, and it's something different as well. We're talking about how managers are seeing how Celtic are playing and being able to work against it. Well, it's time then for Rodgers to throw something different into the mix and start with Big Ida to see the difference that brings in the way the team plays and approaches the game. We know how Celtic play when Kyogo's on the park, and we know it can work, but it can only work if these wee intricate passes come off for us and stuff like that. But it's not been working, so throw Ida on now, and now the opposition managers have got to say, right, how are they going to approach this? Now this is a different way they're going to approach the game.
Kyogo's not the same player that we signed.
No.
Not the same player. He's a wee bit more hesitant, as you say as well, with some of his shooting. He's no a natural striker, but
he never was. I mean, he was a left winger in Japan.
Yep. I know he was a left winger and Maeda was a centre forward, but we tried to play him out in the left wing. He was horrendous, man.
I mean, that's how I always thought when he came in, I always said it right away, Jerry, for your first saw him, he was never an out-and-out striker. So I was expecting, like, Ange to bring in another, do you get what I mean? To be the main striker and would see the best way Kyogo if he was a left winger. But, I mean, that was at Ibrox, wasn't it? The first game at Ibrox under Ange, we played him at left wing.
Aye.
And he got totally tortured,
Yep.
And another one, Luke McCowan. But anytime he's been on the park, he's not put a fit rang. So why can he not get a chance? Do you know what I mean?
Apart for yesterday. Shocking, but the other. But I'd give McCown a run into the team as well. Do you think he'll change it for Sunday?
I don't. It's Rodgers, Jerry. He's stubborn.
Aye, that's it. Exactly. And that's always got to be his downfall.
Aye. I mean, every day it's like me and Greg, every match day we put up like predicted 11s and stuff like that. But we're predicting what we play. But was anybody really that surprised to see Hatate's name in that starting lineup?
No, definitely not.
I mean, is his ego that big and is he that stubborn that it's just a case of no? I know that this will come good. Surely no.
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Evening, Kieran. Nice to see you, bud. Always late to the party. If Ange has any love for Celtic, he'd sign Kyogo for 40 million.
Aye.
I think he's taking a shaky nail enough down there without him pulling that out of the bag.
No, I don't think Kyogo's got any good at centre half. There's a keeper and a centre half they're needing.
Yes, Kaiser. Do you think some players have an eye in the door out this January, and that's why they were less committed? Taylor, Hatate, Maeda, and Kyogo.
Taylor, I mean, it's one game. It's one game. We can't. It's like Maeda's probably been having one of his better seasons for us. Hatate's been pish. He started the season well, but then he's just the last 6-8 weeks he's been terrible. Taylor, I keep saying it. It's human nature. He's in it the last 6 months of his contract. He can talk to another team. It's going to be playing in his mind. I don't think he's deliberately down the tools. I just think it's Celtic have let him get into a bad situation where he's into the last 6 months of his contract. We should never have let it get this far.
I mean, I wouldn't put Maeda in that category.
No,
I just think
he's
just going through a wee bit of a sticky patch, but I'd say he seems quite happy enough. Kyogo, for Kyogo left his agent in the summer, he's been looking for a move.
Aye.
That was just, that was just, it was too late in the summer. I think it was the beginning of August by the time the actual formal move to the agency, and see by the time it would have took to get the paperwork done, and Celtic were just saying, no, well, it's late in the window for us, so we were asking crazy money and stuff like that. So Kyogo was probably looking to get out even last summer, but definitely for this summer coming.
Aye, him and Hitati, would they be? They've done well for us, but if we can get 10 million a piece for them, then ta-ta, thanks and goodbye. Thanks and goodbye.
Guys, I see that was that. It was like, see, the agent he was moving to there, they were trying to get some of their players into Man City, and that was one of the names they thought they could attract, getting a wee link in at City with, was Kyogo. I mean, there was I'm not saying genuine interest that City were going to sign Kyogo, but he was spoke about with City during the summer. Again, it was probably the agent that was pushing that. But even at the time, I don't think that. I think the problem was that he wasn't actually officially Kyogo's agent. So he was talking, but there was nothing for the player because there was nothing official kind of thing about a wee bit kind of blurred lines behind the scenes kind of stuff. We know what agents work, how they work on that.
Aye. Where do you think he'll be off, Ski? Back home or elsewhere?
No, I think he'll get a half decent move somewhere else. Well, there, like out to America, he get good money over there. Mm-hmm. I don't think and I never did think Kyogo was good enough to get down to the pub league. No, at any kind of high level.
No, maybe too many chances. It needs too many chances to score.
Aye, I mean, you could maybe have seen like I don't know, like a lower team down there taking a chance on him, but there was never any chance of him getting a move to a big team. I don't think. Even the Man City thing, I think that was just pie in the sky.
Aye, 100%. And as I say, if we can get 10, 15 for Hitati, thanks and goodbye, my man. It's been emotional.
Do you think you would get that for him now?
He's 27, 28, isn't he?
Aye.
What do you mean?
Using the lads in the chat, what would you take for Hitati the news a transfer fee? I'd take it on if somebody threw for this 10.
Aye, definitely. But
especially if you could get Lennon Miller in.
You keep banging his drum. You rate him that highly?
Aye, definitely.
Aye.
He's still only a young boy. He's still rough around the edges and stuff like that. But I'll tell you now, see the last few performances we've fought for Hitati, even an 18-year-old Lennon Miller would have put in a better shift than he's put in.
Mm-hmm. But then Hitati, okay. At times he looks his touch and everything, and his passing and his work rates left a lot to be desired at times. So, but
it is on his game. Hitati's a cracking player, but it's not often enough.
No,
and he's not.
It's too inconsistent.
But Jerry, it's just he's either an 8 out of 10 or he's a 2 out of 10. He's never just that kind of level of consistency like a 6 or a 7 every week. Some weeks he'll be an 8 or a 9, but the lowest he'll ever go is like your 6 and 7 out of 10. You get what I mean? He's never that type of player. And for a midfield like Celtic, so you can't afford that. You need to be the way we play all these wee the way Rodgers wants us to play all these wee tippy passes and that. You've got to be in the top of your game constantly if you're going to be in that Celtic midfield.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'd agree, mate. 100%. It's just I've not seen enough of that Lennon Miller to say that I think he'd be the answer or no.
He might not be the answer to now.
Aye.
But for me, he's the best young midfielder for Lewis Ferguson. And you know how, you know what I mean?
Aye.
Mistake, signing him for.
Aye. No, it's a massive mistake not getting him in. But, hey ho, I've not seen enough of that boy Lennon Miller to say that he'd be anywhere near as good.
Even Stephen Lennon Miller, I think people were saying, give him back to Motherwell for 6 months. Give him back to sign him this month and give him back to Motherwell for 18 months on loan. But that time, Cal McGregor's going to be pushing 33, 34.
Yeah. John, I'm with you, mate. These players have done us a good turn, and if they go with my goodwill as well. That's what I'm saying. It's thanks for everything.
It's just progression. Do you know we need to move on?
I think I think especially in Hitaki's case, it would do both the world a good. Because I say the inconsistencies, but it's wild. It's wild. I just don't think. And again, Kyogo, I think he's been trying to work his ticket, as you said, since last season. But I don't think they're the type of players that would down the tools. I don't think they're that type of people. Or everything. I think they're too with their culture and all the rest of it the way they are. They're not the type of people that would down the tools.
Just too respectful into
That's
about everything kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Even down to the fact that we might not want to be here, but it's our job and they've gave us a good life and all probably the best years of their career kind of thing so far. I don't
100%.
see any of the kind of Japanese guys like that being that type of player to spit the dummy out and stuff like that.
Definitely no. Not 100%. But as I say, in order for us to get stronger and progress, I think we need an upgrade to both of them. And a centre half that can play football as well.
Do you still think we need another centre half in? Aye.
I just don't think he's. I mean, Trusty's his signing, and he's always saying Trusty's judgment. So you need to give him the benefit of the doubt. You need to give Trusty a run of games once he's over this so-called illness, and see how he been. If we get to, I nearly said Christmas, but forget Christmas is just past. But if we get to the next, I don't know, 8 weeks or so, I think he'll be telling. So we've got a lot of big games coming up. So we'll wait and see. I say, but you can't. It's. I just don't know. The cup final, you get taken off at half time. The cup final, did they know?
Aye. But did that ever get explained what it was for?
I thought it was because Scales passes the ball quicker.
Oh, see, it's just, again, it's kind of contradicting, isn't it?
Aye. Yep. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Time will tell, especially the next 2 or 3 games. 2 or 3 games. I say we've got St Johnstone, Dundee United, the next 2 games. So we'll see.
St Mirren.
Aye. St Mirren, Dundee United, next couple of games. So I will wait and see how we go on with them. But as I say, thank Christ there's no a break. We're straight back in here.
Aye, you let it all stew away, kind of thing.
That's it.
But I mean, it will be interesting to see the team selection on Sunday.
Aye, 100%.
And
John Joe Kenny to start up front with Tierney at left back.
There'll be no. See the thing about it, there'll be no hiding place for the players if they come out with another lethargic performance.
No, I don't think they will. I think it was just one bad day at the office, mate. As I said, I'm not wanting to overreact. Aye,
but it's been brewing, Jerry. That's the thing.
Eh?
It's been brewing a wee bit for a couple of weeks. Do you know what I mean?
Mate. We've been stuttering for a wee while now, but we need to kickstart this and get over it. It's done. Just need to start again, go again on Sunday, and take it for there. How long do you think it'll take before Tierney gets a game if we sign him soon?
March.
This March or next?
Well, I'm not committing. I'm not committing that much.
Aye, best of luck. I hope he proves us all wrong. But the jury's out in that one, my man. The jury's out in that.
Again, man, it's just I don't know why. Why risk it? If we can keep him fit? So that's where Celtic's sitting now. We're out signing players in the hope that he can stay fit.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we sign him, you'd expect Taylor to be off this window, would you know?
Aye, I think so.
Not even heard any teams been in for him or looking at him, no?
Aye, Dynamo Zagreb were in for him. There was a team with an English team sniffing about him as well.
Well, because I was going to say, I've not heard of any team down there. I'd have thought somebody down there.
Is it the Croatian mob we played? Is that Dynamo Zagreb, isn't it?
Aye.
Aye, they're meant to be looking at him. don't know whether it's like signing him in January or on a pre-contract or no. Sunderland, there Henke saying Sunderland.
Sunderland. Taylor's off to... Henke must be in the know, man. He's telling us everything. And I knew it was John Joe Kenny. It was Johnny Kenny. More right to get a swatch of him to see what he's like, no?
Aye, definitely. Why no? He was rattling in the goals here in Ireland. He rattling in the goals in that Conference League in Europe. Who's to say, can he rattle in goals against your St Johnsons and your St Mirrens and teams like that?
Yep. Aye. Need to give somebody a chance. He's still young enough anyway, isn't he?
Aye, or even
he's got a bit of pace.
Got papped out to a Scottish team on loan then.
Aye. You look, they've got the Hundreds have got a boy that played up front. He's worth about 30 odd million, as you know.
Aye.
What's that boy's name? That stupid Tash. What's he called? Igami
or something like that.
Aye. So he never showed up brilliant yesterday, but we were shite. So we not tried this stunt before with Silly and Sheridan. Oof. Christ, remember him?
Aye.
Couldn't have hit water if he fell out a boat, man. He was brutal.
I definitely think that Kenny's got something about him.
See, I wasn't sure, but then I seen a couple of his goals in that Conference League. They took them well.
Aye.
They took them well. So, aye, we need to bring back the Bishop, man. We need to wheel him out. Where's he been hiding, Marco? In the chair, where's he?
Busy time of the year for the Bishop, isn't it?
I suppose so, aye. Anointing souls. And Chair, is he back shift?
Aye, I think so, aye. I don't even think he didn't even see the game yesterday. He was getting daft updates for me.
Oh, did he not see it?
No, he was
normally
working.
I'm getting the updates or the phone's off, but as I say, it was a free hit yesterday. That's why I thought I would watch it. But that's the last time. I don't know how MD can enjoy watching that.
I think I'll be hobbling up the hills with you in future, man.
Aye, it's fine, mate. That's no bother. We can talk about drones and all the rest of it and magic mushies. It's not a problem. Greg McWhirter, Greg get ditched off his missions. I don't know where he is. I don't know what happened. If I thought he would have been on the night, to be honest. I've not heard from him all day.
Oh, is the romance collapsed?
Aye, that's it. She was. Remember, I tell you, she was Ukrainian, so I think she was just using them for the lingo.
Effort.
Aye, no.
Greg fucking signed up. You're there getting bullets fizzing about him. He signed up for his Tinder.
She was using them to learn the lingo over here. Then moved her man and her family over. So Greg's at the elbow. He's at the elbow. We'll need to get him on. When's your next pod? Sunday?
Whenever if you're about.
Aye, should be about. As I say, it's the Sunday we play. It's meant to be maybe snowing on Sunday. So if I'm not building snowmen.
Jack was saying that yesterday, earlier on. It's meant to be some heavy snow in the next few days.
Here's hoping. Getting build a snowman.
Doesn't bother me.
Nah, me neither, mate. It's all one. But as I say, I'll try and speak to Greg, get him on for Sunday, see what's happening.
The Titanic tune lined up for him in that.
Aye. He can't do a Sunday.
No, he's keeping God right. He keeps God right on a Sunday. Make sure God's at the right time, the right place at the right time on a Sunday.
It would be good to get him back to hear his take for yesterday, because he was not a happy bunny. He was not a happy man.
Der Kaiser.
What? Just seen Jota and Asda buying hot dogs.
The burger van, Bobby, the burger
van with Shay Given and Roy Keane. Went on for years, decades, man.
Brilliant stuff to win it.
Aye, we'll wait and see. I say it's been all quiet in the rumour front. Apart from KT, I've heard nothing. Nobody. stutter there, man. Sound like Porky Pig.
It's only a month, do you know what I mean, sir? It's no dragging on and on and on and on like the summer one day does, but everything will be kind of sorted in the next. I mean, that's it. There's only really, 3 weeks now or something.
Yep. Aye. I will wait and see what happens, my man. Take it for there.
KTCSC.
Eh?
KTCSC.
Aye. Well, we'll have his name in the back of your talks by the end of the season.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
Right, is that us then?
Aye, that's us, mate. We're talking shite now, man. We're scraping the barrel. Once we start talking about Greg's love life, that's it, mate. You know
Aye.
the games are hot.
It's all downhill.
Aye, rapid.
He's Ukrainian renter bride. Did you get money off her?
Does he get money off her?
Aye.
I don't, mate. I don't know where he's met her, man. It's some halfway house somewhere, obviously. She's been vulnerable, mate. Absolute vulnerable. She's kid on he's a nice guy, the usual patter. No way she's the full shilling he's going to bother with my Greg. His quizzes. Imagine sitting there trying to explain the quizzes in Ukrainian to you. Fucking tably and all the rest of it. Jesus, no chance.
His TikTok videos.
Aye. There he's dancing.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Don't repeat it anymore. Okay, guys. It's been emotional. I hope everybody's a happy, healthy new year. All righty. God bless everybody. Take care. Mark,
thanks very much for coming on, Jerry, bud.
Speak to you soon.
No bother, mate. Thanks
later,
again.
guys.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night. God bless. Thanks, everybody that joined in the live chat. Hope you enjoyed it. As Jerry says here, we'll be back on Sunday night. Get another wee pod fired up and try and get some other people on. And even see if you guys in the chat, see if you want to come on, just hit us up. You're all more than welcome. Do you know what I mean? If you've got something to say, you're more than welcome to come on. Again, as Jerry says, I hope you've all had a good Christmas, good New Year. All the best to you and your families for the next year coming. That's it, lads. Hail, hail, good night, and God bless. I'm not even playing the Rangers or shite tonight. I'm not even playing it. Just hail, hail, lads.